Hey, I'm Nick, and even though notes are a good way to remember things and internalize information, I believe that even for people who won't be looking back on their notes, it's still important to take them. I've talked about before how actually understanding how something works is better than memorizing it. And you can look back on that for confirmation, but basically, if you truly understand how something works, then you are then able to break it down and actually solve it more consciously, and it's easier to link that to the actual answer instead of memorizing the answer of anything. Now with notes, you aren't quite memorizing it, but you're still using it as a way to remember things. But in fact, notes are only as good as you make them. You see, if you take notes and write down exactly what you're reading off or exactly what's being told to you, there's no point in making the notes in the first place. You see, instead of using notes as a way for you to avoid memorizing something, use it as a way to understand something, which is the better option entirely. You see, you may not even ever look back on your notes again, but actually writing down a topic until it makes sense on paper and makes sense for your understanding, you can truly know if you actually get what you're learning about and are able to really think through how that connects to other things. Now, it may seem like a waste of time to put the effort into writing down and taking notes if you're more than likely not going to be looking back on them. And it may be a waste of time for some people who already consciously know whether or not they understand something, but for the vast majority of people, especially when they're getting tired trying to do something hard, learn something new that they don't quite understand, they're more than likely to make up excuses as to how well they actually understand something. So being able to take notes that make sense regarding the topic that you're learning about also gives you confirmation to whether or not you need to look into it a bit deeper. And the best case scenario is that you do need to look back on them, in context of course, and that also internalizes it. In fact, any learning you do in context, as in you're learning about it, then actively using the thing that you've just learnt about, is much better for your memory than taking blind notes and acting more as a speech to text robot than actually understanding something. So yeah, that was another quick one today, but it's just to reiterate the importance of notes no matter who you are, even if you think that you're smart enough to get something or smart enough to remember something. Actually taking those notes lets you figure out whether or not you need to keep on going and find more connections that actually make it make sense. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll throw up some more videos of the channel if you want to check them out, but until then, I'll see you later.